Come closer. The shadows have missed you, and tonight they have a new story to tell. Welcome to Scary Stories After Dark. The first time the pizza moved, Max told himself it was just the heat. The box sat on the passenger seat, warm against the cold night air leaking in through the cracked window. Max kept his eyes on the road, didn't look at it again, didn't need to. Cardboard flexed sometimes, steam built up, cheese shifted. That was normal. He'd only been working at Slice and Dice for 3 nights, but he already knew how it went. Late orders, long drives, people too tired or too drunk to tip right. Normal. He adjusted his grip on the steering wheel. It felt slick beneath his palms, like condensation that hadn't come from him. "You're fine," he muttered. The road stretched out ahead in a narrow ribbon of cracked asphalt, swallowed on both sides by trees that leaned a little, too close together. His headlights didn't reach very far. The dark seemed to drink them in. GPS had cut out 10 minutes ago. Also normal. Probably. He exhaled through his nose. Slow, controlled. The kind of breath you take when you don't want your body to start doing things on its own, like shaking. The box made a sound. Soft. A faint shift, like something inside, settling. Max's fingers tightened on the wheel, then loosened. "Road," he said under his breath. Just the road. The asphalt had been smooth for the last mile. He swallowed. Didn't look. Wouldn't look. Instead, he focused on the order slip clipped to the dash. No phone call had come in for it. No name either. Just an address, handwritten. The ink had bled slightly into the paper, like it had been pressed down too hard or written too slowly. Max frowned. Probably just a walk-in, he said, though he couldn't remember anyone coming in before he left. The shop had been quiet, neon humming, the manager watching him in that still, patient way that made it hard to tell if he'd blinked at all. Max shifted in his seat. The smell hit him then, stronger now. Not bad, just wrong, too sweet. Like sugar left too long on heat, like something caramelized past the point it should have stopped. He reached for the window crank and pulled it wider. Cool air rushed in. It didn't help. If anything, it made the smell more noticeable, like it was coming from closer than he thought. From the box. Max's eyes flicked toward it. Just for a second. The lid sat slightly uneven now. Not open, just not closed the way it had been before. His chest tightened, then he let out a short breath, almost a laugh. "Cheap cardboard," he said. "Warps." Yeah, that was it. He nodded to himself once, like sealing the thought in place. The trees thinned ahead. A house came into view, set far back from the road, half hidden in shadow, a single yellow light glowing from inside like it had been left on. For him. Max slowed the car. Gravel crunched under the tires as he pulled into the driveway. The engine ticked softly as it cooled. For a moment, he just sat there, listening. Nothing. No music from inside, no voices, no movement. Just the low hum of his headlights cutting across the front of the house, waiting. Max reached for the box. It felt warmer than before. Almost alive. He paused, thumb resting against the lid. Then shook his head, sharp and quick. "Tip," he whispered. "Just grab the tip and go." His hand tightened. He lifted the box, and for just a second, something inside shifted toward him. Max froze, then forced himself to move, opened the car door, stepped out into the dark, and walked toward the house. Without looking inside, the driveway shouldn't have been that long. Max felt it the moment his tires left the main road. Gravel stretched out ahead of him, pale and narrow, winding between trees that pressed in too close, branches scraping softly along the sides of his car like they were testing it, like they knew it didn't belong. He leaned forward slightly, squinting through the windshield. The house sat farther back than it should have, not just distance, placement, like it had been set there after everything else. "You're overthinking it," he said, quieter this time. His voice didn't carry the same confidence, didn't fill the space the way it should have. The headlights caught the shape of the house again. Low, sloped roof, windows too dark to reflect anything back. The single porch light flickered once, then steadied. Waiting. Max swallowed and eased the car forward. The pizza box rested on the seat beside him, still warm, still. He hadn't touched it since the road, didn't plan to. The smell lingered, faint now, like something trying not to be noticed. Sweet, burnt, almost damp. He shifted his hand on the wheel. His fingers felt colder than they should have. "Just drop it off," he murmured. "In and out." That's all this was. A weird driveway, a quiet house. People lived out here. That was normal. The gravel ended abruptly. Not a curve, not a turn, just stopped. Like the road had decided it didn't want to go any closer. Max's car rolled the last few feet onto packed dirt before coming to a slow halt. The engine ticked. The headlights stretched across the front of the house and didn't reach the door. He blinked, adjusted his posture. They should have. It wasn't that far. "Angle," he said quickly. "It's just the angle." He reached for the box, hesitated. The cardboard felt softer than before. Not weak, just like it had some give to it. His thumb pressed lightly against the lid. It pressed back. Max's breath caught, then he jerked his hand away with a short, sharp laugh. "Heat," he said. "Steam, that's all." He grabbed the box again, firmer this time. Didn't give himself space to think. The night air hit him the second he opened the door, cold, heavier than before. It settled against his skin like damp cloth. Max stepped out, boots crunching softly on the dirt. The sound didn't carry, didn't echo. It just stopped. The trees behind him rustled faintly, or maybe that was the wind. There hadn't been any wind. He shut the car door, too loud. The noise seemed to sink into the dark instead of bouncing off it. Max stood there for a second, listening. Nothing from the house, no movement, no voices. Just that porch light, humming softly now that he was closer. He adjusted the pizza box in his hands. It felt heavier, not by much, just enough to notice. "Extra toppings," he muttered, forced a small smirk, forced himself to move. Each step toward the house felt slower than the last, like the ground was resisting him. The front door came into view and opened. Not all the way, just enough. A thin line of darkness splitting wider. Max froze mid-step. No footsteps, no hand on the handle, just the door, opening. He stared at it, heart tapping faster now. "Probably saw the headlights," he said. He approached the porch, boots dull against the wood. The light flickered again. Closer now, he could see inside, or at least where inside should have been. There was no light past the doorway, no hallway, no shape. Just depth, like the dark went farther than the house allowed. Max stopped at the threshold, didn't step over it, didn't lean in. Just held the box out slightly, like distance would make this easier. "Delivery," he called. His voice sounded thinner. Something moved inside, not toward him, not away. Just shifted. Max swallowed hard. Large, He glanced down at the receipt. The ink had smeared, not fully, just enough that the words looked wrong. "Guess it got wet," he muttered. But the paper was dry. Behind him, something crunched. Max turned sharply. The gravel, the driveway. Empty. Trees still, car exactly where he left it. Nothing there. "Relax," he breathed. "You're fine." When he turned back, the doorway was closer. He hadn't moved. Max's grip tightened, his knuckles whitened. "Just take it and go," he said, louder now. The darkness inside shifted again. Slow, intentional, and for a moment, Max thought he saw something near the edge of the doorframe. Not a face, not a shape. Just too still to be nothing. His chest tightened. "Here," he said quickly, extending the box fully now. "I've got other deliveries." Silence. Then, something inside leaned closer. The air changed, colder, damp, and the smell not from the box anymore, from the house. Max flinched, stepping back, and the box tilted. The lid slipped, just a fraction. Enough for him to see inside. Something pale shifted beneath the cheese. Too smooth, too curved. Max snapped the lid shut. Hard. "Pepperoni," he said quickly. "That's all that is, just pepperoni." His voice shook. He forced a breath in, then out. The doorway didn't move. The thing inside didn't step forward. It just waited. Max placed the box carefully on the porch, didn't turn his back right away. Then, slowly, he stepped back. One step, then another, until the porch light dimmed, until he reached the car. He got in, shut the door, locked it. He didn't look back, just started the engine and drove. The gravel returned, longer this time, much longer. Max stared straight ahead, jaw tight. Just people, he said. Just a weird house. The road eventually found him again, or maybe he found it. The asphalt was there now. Familiar, flat, safe. Max exhaled, a shaky sound. Then he glanced at the passenger seat. The next order slip sat waiting. He hadn't taken another order, hadn't heard the printer, but it was there, clipped neatly in place. Ink still wet. Max stared at it, didn't reach for it. But his eyes traced the address anyway, and his stomach dropped. He knew this road. He'd passed it already. He was already on it. The turn was coming up, just ahead. Max tightened his grip on the wheel. Coincidence, he whispered. But the trees on either side of the road leaned in again, closer this time. Like they were guiding him, like they already knew. He wasn't turning around. The turn came up faster than it should have. Max didn't remember the road bending, didn't remember deciding to take it, but his hands were already turning the wheel. The car followed. Gravel again, softer this time, darker, like it had been there longer. Max exhaled slowly through his nose. "Okay," he murmured. "Fine. Just another delivery, that's all." The order slip sat clipped to the dash, the ink no longer wet. The letters had settled into place now, clear, sharp, too sharp, pressed deep into the paper like they'd been carved instead of written. Max glanced at it, then away. Didn't need to stare, didn't need to think about how it got there. "Probably printed while I was driving," he said. "Yeah, that made sense. Machines did that. Sometimes." The trees here were thinner. Not spaced out, just taller. Their trunks stretched up and up, disappearing into a canopy that blocked out the sky completely. No stars, no moon, just the low hum of his engine and the faint whisper of tires rolling over gravel. The smell was back. Stronger now, sweet, but not in a way that made sense. It clung to the back of his throat, sat there, heavy. Max swallowed, shifting in his seat. "New recipe," he muttered. "Cheap ingredients." His stomach tightened anyway. The house appeared without warning, not in the distance, not gradually, just there, right at the edge of the headlights. Max flinched, foot tapping the brake harder than he meant to. The car lurched slightly before settling. "Geez." He let out a breath, forced a small laugh. Wasn't paying attention. That had to be it. The house was normal, 2 stories, white siding, a porch that wrapped halfway around, lights on inside, warm, yellow, inviting. Normal, completely normal. Max stared at it for a second longer than he meant to, something about it. No. He shook his head once, sharp. Stop. He grabbed the pizza box from the seat. It felt lighter this time. Too light, like something had been taken out. Max frowned, then immediately smoothed it over. Less toppings, he said. That's all. He stepped out of the car. The air wasn't cold here. It was still, too still. No wind, no insects. Just quiet, the kind that pressed gently against his ears. Max walked up the driveway, boots crunching softly. This time, the sound carried, echoed slightly. That was better. Normal. He stepped onto the porch. The wood creaked beneath his weight. A good sound. A real sound. Max exhaled. See, he muttered. Fine. He raised his hand to knock. The door opened. All the way this time. Fast. Too fast. Max froze. A man stood on the other side. Average height, average build, face, normal. Completely normal. Max felt his shoulders loosen slightly. Hey, he said, forcing a casual tone. Gotta... The man smiled. Too wide, not exaggerated, not stretched. Just too many teeth. Max blinked, then looked away for a second, looked back. The smile was normal again. Just a guy, just a tired guy waiting on food. Max swallowed. Long night, he said, half laughing. The man didn't answer right away, just looked at him, then... Max. Max's chest tightened. He hadn't said his name. Yeah, he said quickly. That's me. He shifted the box forward. Got your, large pizza. The man's eyes dropped to the box, tracked it, slowly, like he was following something moving beneath the lid. Max felt it again. That tiny shift. Subtle. Barely there. But enough. Don't look. Don't. He lifted the lid. Just a crack. Just enough to confirm. Cheese, sauce, toppings. Normal. Except something near the center didn't sit right. A cluster of darker shapes, rounded, too smooth. Max squinted. Burnt spots, he said quickly. Happens sometimes. He lowered the lid, fast. The man's smile widened again, just slightly. You always check? He asked. His voice was off, not wrong, just layered, like someone else was speaking underneath him, a fraction of a second behind. Max forced a shrug. Quality control, he said. Company thing. The man tilted his head, considering that, then nodded slowly. Good, he said. They like to be seen. Max's stomach dropped. Yeah, he said quickly. Yeah, I get that. He stepped forward, extending the box. Here you go. The man didn't take it right away, just looked at Max, then at the box, then back at Max. That smile never leaving. Tip? Max added, the word coming out tighter than he meant. The man reached into his pocket, pulled out cash, too many bills, folded wrong. Max took it quickly. The man finally took the box. His fingers brushed Max's for a second. Cold, not just cool. Cold like something that hadn't been warm in a long time. Max pulled his hand back immediately. "All right," he said. "Have a good..." The door closed fast. Too fast. The porch light flickered once, then steadied. Max stood there for a second, just breathing, then turned, walked back to the car, locked the door. His hands trembled slightly as they found the wheel. "Just people," he said. "Just weird people." He looked down at the cash. More than the order cost, a lot more. Max shoved it into the cup holder. "Good night." He swallowed hard. He started the engine. The headlights flared, and for a split second, he saw the man standing in the upstairs window, watching, smile wide again. Too wide. Max blinked. The window was empty. He drove, faster this time, not looking back, not checking the mirrors, just focusing on the road ahead. And the next delivery waiting for him. The smell didn't leave. It clung to him. Not just in the car, on him. Max noticed it the second he slowed at a stop sign that hadn't been there before. His fingers tightened on the wheel. He didn't remember this intersection, didn't remember this road branching. But the sign stood there anyway. Crooked, rusted at the edges, reflective paint catching his headlights in a dull, tired glow. Stop. He exhaled slowly. "New route," he said. "Construction or something." Yeah, that made sense. Towns changed, roads changed. He rolled forward, didn't fully stop. The next order sat on the passenger seat. He hadn't seen himself grab it, hadn't heard the printer. But there it was, box already sealed, receipt taped cleanly across the top. Max didn't look at it right away. Didn't want to. His eyes stayed forward, on the road, on the thin stretch of pavement cutting through trees that leaned in closer than before, closer than they should have been able to grow. The branches brushed overhead now, soft, dragging, like fingers testing the roof of the car. Max swallowed. "Just trees," he said. "Wind." There was no wind. The box made a sound, not a shift, not a slide. A soft, wet movement. Max's jaw tightened. "You're not doing this," he muttered. "Not tonight." His heart picked up anyway, a slow, heavy rhythm that felt out of sync with everything else. The sound came again, longer this time, like something inside adjusting itself. Max's hand moved before he could stop it, fingers brushing the edge of the box. The cardboard felt warm. Too warm. Heat seeped through it, not dry, not like an oven, but damp. Alive. He snatched his hand back. "Steam," he said quickly. "Trapped steam." Then something inside the box pressed upward, not enough to lift the lid, just enough to test it. Max froze, every muscle locking at once. "Don't," he whispered. The box stilled, completely, like it had heard him. Max blinked, then shook his head sharply. "No," he said. "No, no." He dragged a hand down his face. "You're tired, that's all this is. Long shift, weird customers, bad lighting." He repeated it in his head like steps, like something structured, something that made sense. The house appeared ahead, low, wide, sitting wrong against the ground like it had sunk slightly into it, windows lit but dim, yellow light that didn't spill outward, just stayed contained. Max slowed. "Last weird one," he said. "Then it's normal again." The car rolled to a stop. The smell was stronger now, not just sweet, not just burnt. Metallic, wet. Max's stomach turned. "Sauce," he said quickly. "Different sauce." He reached for the box. His fingers hesitated just above it, then grabbed it anyway. The heat pulsed against his palms. Not constant, not even. Pulsing. Max's breath caught. He lifted it slowly, carefully, like it might react. The lid twitched. Just slightly. "No," he said under his breath. "No, that's just, you're imagining it." He stepped out of the car. The air hit him, heavy, thick, like breathing through something that didn't want to let him. The ground beneath his boots felt softer than it should have. Not mud, not dirt, just giving slightly. Max walked toward the house, each step slower than the last. The front door was already open, not wide, not welcoming, just enough, waiting. Max stopped a few feet from it. "Delivery," he called. Something inside shifted, a sound followed. Wet, dragging. Max's grip on the box tightened. The lid slipped, just an inch, just enough. He didn't mean to look. But he did. The cheese wasn't still. It moved, slow, stretching slightly as something beneath it shifted, pushing upward, veins, thin, gray, threading through the surface like something growing where it shouldn't. Max snapped the lid shut, hard. "Undercooked," he said quickly. "That's all that is." His voice shook. He stepped forward, one step, then another, forcing himself. "For the tip," he muttered. "Just for the tip." The doorway loomed closer. He could smell it clearly now. Not pizza, not food, something organic. Something wrong. Max stopped at the threshold, just held the box out. "Here," he said. "Take it." Something moved in the dark. Slow, heavy, closing the distance. Max's breath hitched. The box pulsed once in his hands, strong, deliberate. Max flinched, and the lid lifted. The cheese parted slightly, revealing something beneath, not toppings, not ingredients. Something looking back. Max slammed the lid down again. "Nope," he said immediately. "Nope, not no." His voice cracked. He stepped back. The thing inside the house stopped. It didn't follow. It just waited. Max placed the box on the ground, didn't set it gently, didn't care. He backed away, fast now, too fast, boots slipping slightly on the soft ground. The air pressed harder around him, thicker. He reached the car, got in, locked it, hands shaking. "Food poisoning," he said. "That's what that is. Bad batch, that's all." He started the engine. The headlights flared, and for a second, he saw the box on the ground. The lid open just slightly. Something inside pressing upward, stretching, waiting. Max tore his eyes away, shifted into drive, and left. The smell followed him. The neon sign was already on when Max pulled in. It flickered once, then steadied. Slice and dice. The N buzzed louder than the rest. Max sat in the car for a second, engine idling, hands still wrapped around the wheel. The smell hadn't left. It lingered in the air around him, sweet, metallic, damp, like it had settled into the fabric of the car. Into him. He swallowed. "Just the boxes," he muttered. "It's just stuck in the cardboard." He shifted into park. The engine cut. Silence followed, thicker than it should have been. Max opened the door. The night air hit him, but it didn't feel like relief. If anything, it felt heavier, like stepping into something already used. He walked toward the shop. The glass door reflected him back, slightly warped by the flickering neon. For a second, he thought, no. It was just his reflection. Just tired eyes, just a long shift. He pushed the door open. The bell above it chimed, too loud, too sharp. The sound didn't fade the way it should have. It lingered, hung in the air a second too long before finally dropping away. Max paused just inside. The warmth hit him first, then the smell, stronger here. Worse. Not just pizza, something underneath it, something sweet and rotting at the same time. "New sauce?" he called out, forcing a casual tone. No answer. The kitchen lights were on, the oven glowed. Low, steady, but no one stood behind the counter. "They probably stepped out back," he muttered. "Yeah, break, smoke. Normal." He moved further inside. The floor felt slightly tacky under his shoes, not enough to stick, just enough to notice. "Spilled soda," he said quickly. Didn't look down, didn't want to. The printer clicked. Max froze. He hadn't heard anything before it. No call, no order being taken, just click. The machine hummed softly. Paper fed through, slow, deliberate. Max stared at it. "Auto order system," he said. "Some places have that." The paper finished printing, hung there, waiting. Max didn't move right away, didn't reach for it. His chest felt tight, like the air wasn't moving right. Then, something shifted in the kitchen. Max's head snapped up, movement, subtle, near the ovens. "Hey," he called. A figure straightened slowly from behind the counter. The manager, same as before, same still posture, same calm expression. Max let out a breath. "Thought you stepped out," he said. The manager didn't respond immediately, just looked at him. Then, "You're back early." Max blinked. "Early?" he repeated. "I've been out for—" He stopped. He didn't know how long, didn't remember checking the time, didn't remember the drives clearly anymore. Just pieces, moments. "Traffic wasn't bad," he said quickly. The manager nodded once, slow, measured. "Good," he said. His voice was even, flat, like it didn't need to change for anything. Max glanced toward the printer. The receipt still hung there. "You got another order?" he asked. The manager followed his gaze, then looked back at Max. "They come in when they're ready." Max frowned. "Yeah, but like, phone or—" "They come in when they're ready," the manager repeated. Same tone, same cadence. Max nodded once. "Right," he said. "Got it." The manager gestured slightly toward the printer. Max stepped forward. The floor pulled faintly at his shoes again. He ignored it, reached out, took the receipt. The paper felt warm. He glanced down. No name, no number, just an address. Max's stomach dropped slightly. He recognized it. Not fully, just enough, like something he'd passed or would pass. "Busy night," he said, half laughing. The manager's eyes stayed on him, unblinking. "They're hungry tonight." Max's smile faltered. "Yeah," he said. "Seems like it." Behind the counter, something moved again. Another worker. He hadn't seen them come in, hadn't heard the door. They stood at the prep station, back turned, cutting something. The knife moved slowly, deliberately, wet. Max's eyes lingered. Then, the worker lifted a slice, not with their hands. Their head dipped forward, too far, and they bit into it directly. Max looked away immediately. "New guy?" he asked. The manager didn't turn. "Everyone's been here a long time." Max nodded. "Yeah," he said. "Makes sense." He folded the receipt, slid it into his pocket. "Guess I'll head back out," he added. The manager smiled, just slightly. "Don't keep them waiting." Max turned, walked toward the door. The bell chimed again, too loud, too sharp. The night air hit him, didn't help. The smell followed. Max paused at his car, hand on the handle, then glanced back at the shop. The neon flickered. For a split second. The sign read, "Sliced ice." The N gone. Max blinked. It was back, buzzing, normal. "Just the light," he said. He opened the door, got in, and didn't look at the shop again. The next box was already waiting on the seat. The road didn't feel real anymore. Max noticed it in the way the headlights stretched, too far, too thin, like the light itself was being pulled forward, dragged across the asphalt in long, warped lines that didn't match the shape of the road. He blinked, the road corrected, straight again, normal. "Eyes," he muttered. "You're just tired." He tightened his grip on the wheel. Didn't look away this time, didn't give it a chance to shift again. The box on the passenger seat hadn't made a sound, not since he left the shop. That was worse. The silence of it, heavy, waiting. Max exhaled slowly. "See?" he said. "Nothing's happening." His voice sounded smaller now, less certain. The order slip sat beside the box. He hadn't picked it up, didn't want to. But he didn't need to. He already knew. Same road, same stretch, same feeling. Like he'd already driven it, like he was still driving it. The trees had changed, he was sure of it. They didn't lean anymore. They arched, bending overhead in a slow curve that closed the sky off completely. The headlights didn't break through them. They just slid along the bark. Max swallowed. "Just old trees," he said. "Growth patterns." Yeah, that sounded right. Probably. The car slowed without him meaning to. His foot eased off the gas on its own. The engine dropped to a low hum. The road ahead bent, not left, not right, just folded. Max blinked hard. The road snapped back into place. Straight, flat, normal. His breath came out uneven. "You're not seeing that," he said quickly. "You're not." The car stopped. He hadn't hit the brake. Max froze, hands tightening on the wheel. The engine idled, soft, steady. The headlights stretched forward and stopped at the house. It wasn't set back, wasn't hidden. It was just there, close, too close, like it had been waiting for him to arrive. Max stared at it. The structure didn't make sense. Walls angled slightly inward, windows uneven, the roof dipping lower in places it shouldn't, like it had been built with the idea of a house, but not the understanding. Max's chest tightened. "Just bad construction," he said. "Old place, cheap build." He reached for the box, hesitated, then grabbed it. The cardboard felt steady. No heat, no movement, no pulse. Just a box. Max let out a breath. "See?" he said. "It's fine." He stepped out of the car. The air didn't hit him this time. Didn't move. Didn't feel like anything at all, like stepping into a space where air wasn't needed. Max walked toward the house, each step too quiet, too smooth, no gravel, no crunch, no sound at all. The front door stood open, wide, waiting. Max stopped just before the threshold. Didn't step in, just held the box. His hands were steady now. Too steady. "Delivery," he said. His voice didn't echo, didn't carry. It just stayed. Something moved inside. Slow, massive, not coming closer. Just shifting. Max's fingers tightened. "Probably a big guy," he said. "That's all." He stepped forward. One step. The air changed. Not colder. Not heavier. Just present. Max stopped again. The box felt lighter. He frowned. "Small order," he said quickly. "Less toppings." He nodded once, firm, grounding himself. Then the lid opened. Not fully, just enough. Max didn't touch it, didn't move. The cardboard lifted on its own, slow, careful, like it was being opened for him. Max's breath caught, then steadied. "No," he said. "No, that's heat, steam pressure." The lid rose higher, the cheese parted, and something inside looked back. An eye, large, unblinking, yellow, set deep beneath the surface like it had always been there. Max stared, didn't flinch, didn't pull away. "Olive," he said. "Just an olive." Too big. Didn't matter. Specialty topping. The eye blinked. Slow, deliberate. Max's throat tightened. "Steam," he said again. "That's all that is." The eye followed him. Even as he shifted slightly, even as he stepped back, it didn't move in the cheese. It moved with him. Max swallowed hard, then snapped the lid shut. Firm, controlled. "Nope," he said. "Nope, not doing that." His voice shook, but he held the box out anyway, toward the doorway. "Here," he said. "Take it." Something inside shifted, closer now. The space behind the door seemed to stretch, deepen, like the inside of the house was farther away than it should have been. Max didn't look, didn't want to see it. "Just grab it," he said. "Come on." A shape formed in the darkness. Not fully, not clearly. Just large, wrong. Something took the box. He didn't feel hands, didn't feel fingers, just absence, where the weight had been. Max's hands dropped slightly. Empty. He stepped back, slow, careful. The doorway didn't close. Max turned, walked back to the car, locked the door, hands gripping the wheel again. Harder now. "Just a job," he said. "Just deliveries." He started the engine. The headlights flared, and for a second. The house wasn't there. Just trees. Just road. Max blinked. The house returned, unchanged, waiting. He drove, faster this time, didn't look back, just followed the road back to the shop, where everything would make sense again, where everything would be normal. Where it had started. The bell didn't ring when Max pushed the door open. It should have. It always did. A sharp, cheerful chime that never matched the place. But now, nothing. The sound just didn't happen. Max paused in the doorway, hand still on the handle. The shop looked the same, neon buzzing, menu boards glowing, ovens lit, but the light felt different, duller, like it had to push harder just to exist. Max stepped inside. The air hit him immediately. Thick, wet. The smell, stronger than before. Not pizza, not food. Something sweet and rotting, layered over something metallic and warm. It filled his mouth, coated the back of his throat. Max swallowed. It didn't help. "You're just tired," he said quietly. The words didn't land the same way anymore. They didn't settle. They just hung there, useless. The floor pulled faintly at his shoes as he walked forward. Sticky, soft, like it didn't want to let him go. The printer clicked. Paper fed through slowly, deliberate, waiting. He didn't look at it, didn't need to. Not yet. "Busy night," he muttered. His voice sounded thin, wrong. Something moved behind the counter. Max's eyes lifted. The manager stood there, already watching him, had been watching him. Max stopped. "Hey," he said. Too quick, too forced. "Just got back." The manager tilted his head slightly, studying him. "You made good time?" Max let out a small breath. "Yeah," he said. "Roads were..." He stopped. He didn't remember the roads. Not clearly, just pieces. Max swallowed. "Not bad," he finished. The manager nodded once. Slow, measured. "Good." Silence settled again. Heavy. Max shifted his weight. His eyes flicked, just briefly, to the kitchen. The worker stood there, same as before, back turned, cutting. The knife moved slowly. But now, Max could see it. The way their shoulders bent wrong, the way their necks stretched slightly too far forward, before their head dipped, biting directly into what they held. No hands, no pause. Max looked away quickly. "New recipe?" he asked, his voice almost steady. Almost. The manager smiled, just a little wider this time. "You're noticing more." Max's chest tightened. "Just paying attention," he said. "Part of the job." The manager stepped closer. Not fast, not slow, just enough. "You've been doing very well," he said, "especially for someone who isn't from here." Max froze. The words landed heavier than anything else. "What?" he asked. But he already understood. "A little, enough." The manager's eyes didn't blink. "Most people don't last this long." Max's throat tightened. "Last?" he repeated. The word felt wrong. Behind him, the door clicked, closed. Max didn't turn, didn't want to. The smell thickened, stronger now. Everywhere. The workers in the kitchen stopped moving. Slowly, they turned. Max's breath hitched. Their faces weren't Not fully, not right, too wide, too still. Something underneath trying to come through. The manager's voice stayed calm, even. They don't like being seen too early. Max's pulse pounded in his ears. What? What are you talking about? But his voice already knew, already breaking. The printer clicked again, louder this time. Max's eyes dropped. The receipt hung there, waiting. His name printed clean, sharp, perfect. Max's stomach dropped. No, he said quietly. No, that's just... The manager stepped closer. Close enough now that Max could see it, the way his skin didn't sit right, like something underneath was pressing outward. Waiting. They get hungry, he said softly. Max's breath came shallow now, fast. They always do. Behind him, something shifted. Closer, from every direction. Max didn't move, couldn't. The receipt fluttered slightly in the warm air. Waiting. The manager smiled. Too wide now. Too many teeth. It's your turn to understand. Max stared at the paper. Didn't reach for it. Didn't want to. But he couldn't look away. The printer hummed softly. Patient. Waiting. The smell filled everything now. Inside him, around him, through him. Max swallowed. And for the first time, he didn't try to explain it, didn't try to fix it, didn't try to make it make sense. He just stood there, breathing it in, as something behind him leaned closer, and the shop waited